Welcome to K-EntBuzz, your go-to destination for everything hot and heartfelt in the world of Asian entertainment. If you love authentic celebrity moments, unexpected encounters, and the emotions that tie idols and fans together, then you're right where you belong. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our exclusive deep dives. Now, let's get into today's emotionally charged update that's got fans divided and deeply touched. Tonight's story isn't just about lights, music, or fame. It's about emotions. Raw, unscripted, and painfully beautiful emotions. It all unfolded during a highly anticipated reunion moment on stage, where memories, unspoken words, and old bonds collided in front of thousands. Wang Yibo, reunited with a fellow UNIQ member, gave a heartfelt hug that left fans in awe. But while one emotional story was playing out at center stage, another one quietly slipped away from the spotlight. Xiao Zhan, visibly moved, turning and walking away. What happened in those few seconds has left the internet buzzing, hearts aching, and fans divided. Was this a glimpse into something deeper between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo? Was it a sign of lost connections or emotions too overwhelming to face? Let's take a closer look at that emotional moment. The reunion, the reaction, and what it could mean for the story between two of the most beloved stars in Asia. The lights were blinding. The screams were deafening. It was a moment every UNIQ fan had been dreaming of for years, a partial reunion on stage that felt like a memory turning into reality. But amidst the glittering lights and the roaring excitement, something unexpected happened. Something real. Something emotional. Xiao Zhan, the ever-graceful star who has always carried himself with calm composure, was seen walking off stage after Wang Yibo shared an emotional hug with a fellow UNIQ member. And now, the internet is ablaze with questions. Was it heartbreak? Was it nostalgia? Or was it something more complicated? It all started at a recent industry event where several artists and idol groups gathered to celebrate their years in the spotlight. Fans were delighted to see familiar faces from UNIQ, the group that once held so much promise before life and careers pulled them in different directions. The highlight of the night? Wang Yibo, known for his cool aura and quiet loyalty, walking up to one of his former bandmates, pulling him into a tight embrace right in the middle of the stage. The crowd erupted. Cameras flashed. But one camera caught something else. Xiao Zhan, who had been standing not too far away, turning away with a visible shift in his expression and quietly making his exit from the spotlight. To understand the weight of that moment, you need to understand the history behind it. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo's story is one that has captivated fans for years, not just for their sizzling chemistry in The Untamed, but for the genuine friendship they appeared to share off-screen. Though never officially linked beyond professional collaborations and close camaraderie, fans have always suspected that their bond ran deeper than words could explain. From secret glances at award shows to subtle support on social media, the connection between the two has been both undeniable and mysterious. But as time passed and both stars grew in their careers, distance started to creep in. Less interactions. More individual projects. Lingering silence. So, when Xiao Zhan was invited to the same event as Wang Yibo and his former UNIQ members, many fans hoped it would be a moment of reconciliation, or at least nostalgia, that brought the two back into the same frame. And indeed, for a moment, it looked promising. Xiao Zhan was his usual graceful self, applauding warmly and smiling politely. But the warmth flickered when Wang Yibo, caught in the emotion of the reunion, wrapped his arms around his old groupmate with what looked like years of unsaid feelings. It was a beautiful moment, but also a heavy one. Xiao Zhan's reaction wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud, but it was powerful in its quietness. His eyes seemed to shimmer with unspoken emotion. Some fans said they saw him blink away tears. Others claimed he tried to hide a soft smile before he gently turned and walked backstage. And while nothing was said out loud, the fans knew something shifted in that moment. Was it jealousy? Maybe. Was it pain? Possibly. But perhaps it was simply the overwhelming surge of emotions. Memories, loss, longing, and all the things they could never say. In the days that followed, fans took to social media to pour out their interpretations. Hashtags like hashtag Xiao Zhan walks away, hashtag Ybor Union, and hashtag UNIQ feels began trending in multiple countries. Some fans expressed concern for Xiao Zhan, worried he felt left out or sidelined in a moment that was deeply personal for everyone on that stage. Others speculated that seeing Wang Yibo connect so emotionally with someone from his past made Xiao Zhan realize just how distant their own connection had become. But not all interpretations were heavy. Some fans saw hope in that moment. They believed that Xiao Zhan's quiet retreat wasn't a sign of sadness, but of respect. That he understood the significance of the moment and chose to give Wang Yibo space to reconnect. After all, true bonds aren't always loud. Sometimes they're felt in silence, in shared history, and in the things we don't interrupt. Adding to the mystery, Xiao Zhan posted a cryptic photo on his Weibo shortly after the event, a simple image of a sunset, captioned with a single word: time. Fans were quick to draw connections. Was it a metaphor for endings? Or was it a signal that he was processing emotions that words couldn't contain? On Wang Yibo's side, there was no direct comment. But those who watched closely noticed something peculiar during the encore performance, his eyes scanning the crowd, lingering briefly on the space where Xiao Zhan had once stood. It was just a second. But for fans who followed every glance and gesture for years, that second spoke volumes. It's in these moments that celebrity culture becomes something deeper, where the boundaries between fiction and reality blur, and where the people we admire show us glimpses of their truest selves. Xiao Zhan walking off stage wasn't a performance. It wasn't rehearsed. It was real. And in that realness, fans found connection. Since the event, both artists have returned to their busy schedules, and neither has directly addressed the moment. But the fans continue to hope. Hope that someday, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo will have their own reunion. Not just for the cameras, but for the memories they created and the friendship they once shared so openly. And maybe, just maybe, that emotional moment on stage will be the spark that brings them back together. Not in the way fans expect, but in a way that is honest, human, and beautifully imperfect. Because sometimes, walking away isn't about giving up. It's about feeling too much to stay still. It's about growth, about love that evolves, and about finding your place in a world where every spotlight hides a shadow. And as always, K-EntBuzz will be here to bring you every beat of these stories that touch the heart. Stay tuned, keep loving, and remember, real emotions make the most unforgettable moments.